Welcome to episode number 3 of the This Week in SCC Sports podcast. I'm your host, the voice of the Saints, Brandon Karam, SCC class of 2020. We have a great show today. We got a lot of sports to talk about. Wow, there was a lot of sports last week. And there's no interview today, but I believe we got some pretty good things to talk about. So let's first start off with the modified soccer team. They opened up their season in Hoosick Falls, winning 6-1. Matt Appy scored 4 goals and Ryan Condry scored 2. Now, this is a very good start to their season, and I believe that this team is loaded with talent, and I think that they will have the best record in the Western League. They have a lot of 9th graders who are playing down because we have no JV team, and because of that, Matt Appy's great talent, Ryan Condry, Aiden Law, etc. There's just a lot of really good players, and I think they're going to do fantastic. The volleyball team this week, they had 2 matches. They won versus Waterford, and then they lost versus Stillwater 3-2. That's their first loss of the year, but this team still has a lot of talent, and they will compete in sectional play. They're sitting with 1 loss now, and obviously they're not going to be able to go undefeated like they have in years past. But this team is still loaded with talent, a lot of young talent too. Riley Dempsey, Molly O'Reilly. So, on to girls soccer. They lost 6-1 versus Waterford. Lauren Mayer scored the lone goal. And they lost 8-1 versus Tamarack with Lauren Mayer scoring the goal. Lauren Mayer, she continues to play fantastic this year. I think she has a shot at league MVP. There is one girl on Stillwater. She is very good, and because they are a better team, most of the time they'll give league MVP to the team the best player on the best team. But I think that Lauren has a case because she's really been valuable to the girls soccer team. If she doesn't win league MVP, then she's definitely going to be all league first team. But I think that you can make a case for girls soccer Western League MVP. On to the varsity boys soccer. They won 3-1 versus Tamarack. Dante Marin, Ben Urbatus, and Jack Munt all scored goals in the win. And then they won 1-0 versus Hoosick Falls. Luke Appy scored the lone goal in the match on a free kick in the second half. It was a great goal right outside the box. Luke curled it in, and the goalie had no chance at it. These 2 wins are huge for the boys team because now they move to the top of their division. Whoever thought after winning 2 games the last 2 years that they would now be at the top of their division? But look, they go out there, they play hard, and I think that this team really has a realistic shot at winning their division this year. It's going to be a tough road ahead. They got a few games this week, but it's between Spa Catholic and Waterford Half Moon for the division. And now on to golf. They won versus Tamarack, and then they had a huge crucial match versus Hoosick Falls, in which they won, and because they won, they secured a 3-way tie with Greenwich and Hoosick Falls for the league championship. Now that's a great regular season for the golf team after losing so many good golfers last year. Jay Flynn, Ben Scammell. And to be able to bounce back and be able to have a 3-way tie for the league championship against the 2 other schools that I would say are maybe top schools in the section, be able to tie with them for the league championship, I think that's great. Now the question is, how are they going to do in sectionals? I think they'll be fine. This team always seems to, something clicks in them in sectionals, but it will be very interesting to see how they look. So that's about it for this week and the This Week in SCC Sports podcast. I'm your host, the voice of the Saints, Brandon Karam, SCC class of 2020, and I'll see you next week on YouTube, so stay tuned.
That you're in love.